Before we begin this video, I recommend that you visit google.com and search for dinardata.com. This website is a great resource for the latest updates on Dinar Guru news, all conveniently located on one page. For more information, I encourage you to visit the site.
The parallel market will be upended. Sources: expected decisions from the central bank will confuse markets and raise exchange rates. Urgent quote: the central bank will issue new decisions regarding foreign currency prices and the method of trading them within Iraq. The aim of these decisions is to limit currency smuggling, or its monopoly by the weak-willed. Al-Sudani's advisor reveals the results of the discussions between the Central Bank of Iraq and the U.S. Federal Reserve. Community comment: hopefully one step closer to the long-awaiting financial reforms. These steps are all good. And for Iraq to ever raise the value, they need these reforms along with diversifying their economy. Looks like things are ready to kick off. I am getting news that Iraq is ready to put the dinar on Forex. If that happens, the RV will start. Inflation in Iraq slightly increased in July. Article quote: inflation in Iraq reached approximately 3.7% in August of 2023 compared to 4.4% in August of 2022, despite the rise in inflation in Iraq's neighboring countries. In other words, Iraq has done a great job keeping inflation down. That's what it is we're looking for. Question: you mention Wells Fargo and JP Morgan Chase have the concession for exchanging the dinar in American, and Standard Charter has the concession in Canada and England. Who is it they have concessions with? Iraq. CBI selects banks with whom they are willing to work. These banks get commissions. They are the primary banks handling exchanges. If you go to the potent local bank, they will send the currency to one of the contractor banks. This will not be an ordinary bank currency exchange. Too much confusion to have dozens of different banks sending in currency transactions. The biggest piece I had over the weekend was more confirmations of continuing education of the lower denominations in Iraq. I had a couple more confirmations that Sudani announced on television that they are planning to raise the value of the dinar during his current administration. I thought that was a great one. Prime Minister's advisor: central bank decisions contribute to reducing inflation rates in the country. Quote: the financial advisor to the Prime Minister, Mazar Mohammed Saleh, explained that the decisions of the central bank contribute to reducing inflation rates in the country, and pointed out that economic growth contributes to strengthening the value of the local currency. Why is Saleh, the financial advisor, talking so much about enhancing the value of the local currency? Isn't that what we're waiting for? Article quote: central banks' policies play a major role in the stability of the currency, which achieves harmony between the internal value of the currency and the external value. He added a booming and sustainable economic growth in GDP contributes to enhancing the value and stability of the currency. Saleh is opening talking about the value of their local currency, internal/external value, reducing inflation, stability of the value of the currency, strength of the national currency, enhancing the value of the currency. It's off the charts. They talk about being historic. With language like that, I'm looking forward to something that's going to historic. Some 3 letters have champagne on ice, some have popped their cork already. I'm still waiting for rock-solid confirmation before I grab my bottle from the ice. Sudani told us the upcoming year the mechanism would be fully engaged to give the citizens maximum benefit. Frank, he didn't say next year. I think he's talking about the year 2024. Because the commercials should be next. And if that's the case, what they show you in those commercials has to be given to you very quickly. There cannot be a gap between telling you and giving them to you. MP Yasser Hashem confirmed today, Monday, that the amendments to the personal status law will pass despite the pressures. Hashem said in an interview with Al Maluma, the amendments to the personal status law came to provide solutions to societal problems at several points, stressing that the marriage of minors and other fallacies that have spread on social media platforms are an attempt to distort the facts before public opinion. He added, "The amendments to the personal status law will go ahead, and there are representatives who support its approval, especially since an objective reading of what the amendments include reflects freedom of choice and ensures greater support for the family structure." He pointed out that there are three reasons for the US ambassador's interference and his attempt to impose pressure to stop the amendments, the most prominent of which is the agenda of the West, which does not want to build a real society and transfer its failed experience to other countries, and at the same time it reflects an unabashed interference and an abuse of powers, which is rejected, stressing that the Iraqis are the ones who determine the paths of the laws and their